Hey, what's up everyone, Same Time Gaming here. Welcome back for another Division 2 build video. Well guys, you've probably seen the thumbnail by now and you know which build I'm actually going to show you. It's the Rigger gear set, which I've been playing with it a lot now. And I have a lot of complaint, about this gear set, that it's not that good as the Empress International, which I myself also said in the PTS that it's not good as the Empress International. But back then I didn't know how to use the Rigger gear set properly. And by properly, I mean hilariously. If you're following the channel, then you know that I made a lot of fun and hilarious type of build. It's actually one of those builds as well, but it is really solid. It's really good. I played a lot of higher difficulty contents. I played heroic missions, I played heroic control points with a lot of directives active, and also legendary summit with a lot of directives with my clan members. It was really good. So overall experience with this Rigger gear set was really fun, and the build, the way it is actually working, is also fun and hilarious to use. And I gotta tell you, this is actually noob friendly. So if you're new players, you can actually assign this build pretty fast, because most of this build, the gears which are used in the build is free. So let me show you my build over here. As you can see, this is my build. Now, when I said that most of these are actually free, so you get that, the capacitor weapon which I'm using, you can actually get the capacitor from the summit. If you play summit challenges, like 5 challenges, all you have to do it on 5 challenge on normal. Just do it on normal and you're going to get this weapon, and it's super good. You get that extra 60% skill damage from this weapon once you get that 40 stacks, and also 45% weapon damage. So it's overall, it's a solid weapon. And the secondary weapon I have is the mechanical animal for that overcharge. I hardly use it though, but I just have it here. And I'm using the technician specialization, and I'm running 10% skill healing instead of skill damage on the specialization, and I'll get to that in a moment why I'm using it. I'm using 4-piece rigger, as you can see, and I'm using the chest piece. One of the reasons of using the chest piece is, like I said, it's new player friendly, so you don't have to worry about farming high ends and stuff. So you can easily slap in this chest piece, and you're going to do really nice amount of damage. And that's basically it. Plus the rigger chest piece, it gives you 50% skill damage basically from the rigger, like 4-piece talent, which is the tend and be friend. So if you use this talent in 4-piece, you get that 25% additional skill damage for 10 seconds, but then you have to interact with it. That's the complaint most of the people said, that you have to deploy your skills and then you have to interact with it every 10 seconds. Sometimes when you're in a fight, you forget about that interaction and you just lose that damage buff. So what's the point really? So that's actually one of the reasons that many people don't like it. But then the way this build is set up, you don't have to interact with your skill. That's basically what I'm trying to do. I'm just completely deleting the interaction from this build. So you don't have to interact. You just deploy your turret and forget about it. Never interact with it. Just focus with your capacitor and getting those 40 stacks. That's basically what I'm trying to do. Now the interaction which you can do is like you deploy, or you change, your skill target. So if you're changing from one NPC to the other NPC, so that counts as an interaction. So it will give you that damage buff. But the thing I'm using is healing the skill. That's the interaction which I'm going for, and I have to never interact with the skill, literally ever. For the duration of the turret, I don't have to interact with the turret, unless if I want to pick up my turret and place it somewhere else. So yeah, and I'm going for all skill damage attribute and skill duration mod. That's basically what I'm doing. Now you probably ask me that when I'm not using glass cannon or kinetic momentum or anything. First, it's a new player friendly kind of build, so you don't really have to use farm for these gears basically. And also the 50% skill damage is kind of similar to the kinetic momentum also, so that's actually one of the reasons why. And the turret is doing really nice damage, so I can't argue with it, okay? And with my pieces, like I said, have skill damage, skill duration, mod, also skill damage on the gloves, and skill damage on the knee pads. I'm just jumping around here and there, just, so apologies for that. Now I'm using the holster here, the exotic, which is the waveform. Now with this waveform holster, you get additional 30% skill damage. So since my turret is on the left side of my skill, whenever the arrow hits the left side, whenever the arrow shows that it's left arrow, that means I'm going to do 30% skill damage from my turret. So my turret is going to hit 30% more, what it is, 30% skill damage, right? So that's actually really good with this waveform. So I'm sticking with this holster. And I'm using the Ultimate backpack here, which is the named backpack for perfect tech support. So that's 25% extra skill damage when I get a skill kill. So that's really sweet as well. Now, the reason why I'm using for this ultimate is I get 20% repair skill and 20% repair skill. I changed it here and also have a repair skill mod. The reason why is I'm not running a turret like a drone, which is a striker drone. I'm running a healing drone, which I attached to the turret. That's what I'm doing. I'm attaching my healing drone. I'm attaching my fixer drone to the turret, and I'm letting my turret heal up. So all the NPCs are getting aggroed by the turret, and my drone is healing the turret, and my turret is staying longer because I have a lot of duration mods on it. Plus the rigger is giving me 15% duration for using rigger, 3-piece, and so that's why it's staying active longer, and it's doing a lot of damage. The healing is going on, and also since I'm healing my turret, the tend and befriend talent is active all the time. That's how simple it is. Yes, it's active all the time. I don't have to interact with my skill anymore. I just attach a healing drone to it and just leave it like that forever. And it's basically kind of an AFK like farming, if I should say, like control points and stuff. So you just drop the turret, attach a healing drone, and that's it. It's just going to stay like that till the duration of that turret. You can also pick up the turret to refresh the duration. So yeah, or just deploy it in a different location, whatever you want to do. So I just do that, just drop the turret, attach the drone, and that's it. Let it stay like that. Focus on my capacitor stacks, because the capacitor stacks is what's going to give you a lot of damage. So that's what I'm doing. Now I could show you how much damage I can do with the capacitor and everything here on the shooting range. So if I deploy my turret here, right now, as you can see, the arrows on the left side, so that means I have extra damage. So when I deployed, I got that extra damage buff from the tend and befriend. But if I don't interact with it, like you can see, I'm not really getting the extra damage from the chest piece or the 4-piece rigger gear set. If I interact with it, like I interact to a different like this, and I get the extra damage. It looks like a kinetic momentum buff, honestly. So yeah, that's the buff. But if I attach a healing like drone to it, it's going to work. But right now, I can't show you it's going to work here in the shooting range, but you're seeing on the clips that is working there, because your turret needs to take damage for it to receive the heal from the fixer drone to actually get that, tend and befriend talent active. So right now, since nobody here in the shooting range to damage my turret, I won't get that, extra buff. So I have to interact with it anyway. But of course, when you're fighting out there in the open world, your turret will take damage and your healing drone will heal it. So the damage will be active forever. You don't have to interact with it. You see what I'm trying to say, right? So I'm going to show you how much damage I can do with this build. So if you're curious, I mean, you can also see it on the damage numbers in the left corner here. But right now it's not really showing up. Hold up. I'm just going to proc my capacitor here real quick. So our capacitor is 40 stacks here. And I have the tech support active, the arrows on the left side. I interacted with it. Look at the turret hitting for 235,000 right now, as you can see. And it actually hits for 238,000. So that's a really nice amount of damage with this turret. So I just let the turret do the damage like this, and I just use my capacitor and just, just keep the stack active, basically. So that's how the build it is. It's pretty fun and hilarious, like I said, to use. I used it on Summit, Legendary Summit. It was pretty good, although there was a lot of group buff and stuff going on, but still it held up pretty well. So if you're new to the game, just make this build super simple, super easy to make this build. There's not a lot of farming involved. If you want to use a Wyvernware backpack for the extra skill damage, you could do that. But I'm sticking with the repair skill because I want my healing drone to heal me a bit better. So it's overall, I would say it's a really nice like solo. If you want to use a solo, if you want to use a group, it's a really good like farming build. So you just use it if you're your very first build. Just make it like that and farm it, all the crit builds and stuff you want to. So yeah, that's basically it. Now you can also use the hive, the restorer hive, not sorry, the restorer, I mean the artificial hive. You can use that. It will buff your turret damage by a lot, but then it will not going to give you the tend and befriend talent. I mean, it will give you, when your turret take damage, the artificial buff will heal your turret. But since the healing of that artificial is so much that it will heal your turret to full, and once your turret is full, it will no longer activate that tend and befriend talent. So your turret needs to be a little less than full of its health, and it needs to take damage constantly, where the drone will heal it, so you can get that talent active all the time. So it doesn't work with the artificial hive that much, like well enough, but with the healing drone, it does work really nice. And also with the healing hive, it will work, but then again, the healing hive will heal it a lot faster than a drone would. so you will not get that 10 and befriend buff active most of the time. So with this, you're gonna have it unlimited. Just drop the turret, like I said, just drop the turret, attach the drone, focus on the capacitor stacks, and that's it. That's basically it. So yeah, let me know how you feel about this build, and you know, give me your feedback basically. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, peace.